Hello everyone, my name is Amy. I'm known on the internet as Mr. Bobby's Models, and I am opening a model horse online retail store. This is an absolute childhood dream of mine. I cannot believe I'm actually saying this out loud. I have set up the business on my own and it's really scary and exciting. And in this video, I'm going to tell you all about it. I'm going to share a little bit of insight into the goals of this business. I'm going to share a little bit of info about how I set this up and give you a little view of our stock room, which I'm just so excited about. And I'm also going to give an important announcement towards the end of this video regarding placing an order on our website. So please stick around for that, or skip towards the end of this video so that you can hear that message. Right, let's get started. So my biggest goal for this business is to increase the accessibility of equestrian-based toys and model horses all around the world, but especially the UK. A lot of model horse manufacturers and brands are quite difficult to get hold of in the UK. Growing up, the UK retailers were just so valuable to my collecting experience. Model horses have been a massive part of my journey as a horse rider. They've been a big part of my education around horses. And as a child, I just really enjoyed playing with them. They were just really fun and really valuable things to play with. As an adult, I am just as obsessed with model horses, but more from a collecting standpoint. I still have a lot of models from when I was a child. In fact, this model right here was my first ever model. I got her on my 11th birthday. And I'm now 24, so I've had her for quite a while now. Setting up this business was obviously a little bit risky, but it wasn't as difficult as I'd anticipated it being. I thought it was going to be really complex and it was going to take me years and so on and so forth, but actually registering your company with the government is actually really easy. Everything financially and accounting wise has actually been more straightforward than I'd anticipated. I have managed to so far do it all on my own. I'm definitely going to need an accountant when the tax year comes to a close, but so far it's actually been okay doing it on my own. I have had the support of my boyfriend as well, if I've been a bit stuck with anything. But yeah, so far so good. The most challenging parts of setting this up, well, there's been two things really. The first thing has been the website. We are building the website from scratch. I have hired a local web developer to build it. The reason that we've gone for his services over, say, a big website builder where you can build your own website is because we wanted to avoid the long-term costs of subscription fees to those web building services and high transaction fees and things like that. So while it is more expensive in the short term to hire a web developer, long term this website should be relatively inexpensive to run, and the transaction fees are pretty much as low as I'm going to get them. The second biggest challenge was for me purchasing the stock. I had to be really careful when purchasing the stock because I needed enough stock to be able to, sell enough quantity to pay rent on the stockroom unit we've got, to pay the web developer and so on and so forth, and actually to eventually pay myself. But I didn't want to overbuy stock to the point where I couldn't sell it and I just lost a big sum of money. I've definitely gone on the more cautious side of things, so my initial stock is relatively small. However, if stuff does sell out, I can very quickly and very easily get more stock, so it's not too much of an issue. I would rather play it a little bit too safe than be a little bit too risky. But upon the launch of my website, if there is something that you want, I do recommend that you get your order in relatively quickly, as stock is limited. And now I get to tell you all about my amazing stock room. So I am renting a business unit within a wonderful business facility. I have a 75 square foot unit for all of my stock and my packaging supplies. The unit came absolutely bare, so I have to, decorate it and kit it out myself. There's electricity and facilities in the building, but there's not electricity in my actual unit, so I've had to put little magnetic lights up to light up the space. Definitely going to need some fairy lights and stuff in there long term, but for now the room definitely serves its purpose. My absolute favourite thing in this whole process was putting the stock on the shelves. It was just so magical and surreal to actually have the stock in my hands and be able to look at it. A lot of the model horses and accessories that I'm selling, I've never actually seen in person before now. So I was just like a big kid unboxing them and seeing them all in person. I'm going to have a really hard time not keeping all of my stock because it's just all really cool, and I would genuinely have most of it myself if I could. So yeah, trying not to get too attached to them so that I can send them off to you guys when you place an order. But yeah, the unit space is really cool, and there's an opportunity to expand within that business space. So if we do outgrow the unit, there are other options in that building, and so on and so forth, all that boring stuff that you guys don't want to hear about. But yeah, it's a really cool starting point. We are starting very small, but hopefully we will be able to grow over the years and establish something really cool here. So yeah, one more thing I'd like to mention before I get on to the important message is that this business is heavily inspired by my real horse Bobby. Mr. Bobby's Models is named after my real horse Bobby, and if you look at the logo, which I designed myself, the drawing that I did is actually done using a reference photo of Bobby. So it's really cool that he is incorporated in the business as well. You can see there's actually a picture of him right there. So yeah, that's extra exciting as well. I hope you like the logo. It's definitely not award winning, but I'm quite proud that I drew that literally within an hour one evening. I just sat down and did it. So the sun is going in my eyes, so I'm slowly creeping across the screen. But now I need to tell you the important message. Please pay attention to this part of the video. We are an online only business as of right now. That means we do not have a physical shop that you can come into and buy models from. We operate entirely from MrBobbiesModels.com. So if you want to place an order with us, please go to our website and place that order when we launch. As of this very second, I don't actually know when I'm going to launch the website, but I will put it on the screen, I will put it in the description. I will make sure that you guys know exactly when the website will go live. If you go on my website before that point, you'll just see a preview page with our logo and a little bit about us and links to social media. So the website is there, but you're not going to be able to purchase anything before the actual launch date. Now, this is the really important bit. I have decided to launch the business and do what I call a test trading phase. This means that when I initially open for business, I'm going to do it in the lowest risk way possible. And as part of that, when we very first open, we will only be shipping to the UK. So postage will only be available to the UK. The reason I've done this is to keep costs down. There's also formally admin wise a little bit that I need to do in order to be able to ship internationally. So for now, to see how the business does, to see if it will survive and so on and so forth, we are just going to post to the UK. So if you are in the UK and you are considering purchasing a model horse, please consider shopping at MrBobbiesModels.com. It would mean the world to us. The survival of my business depends on UK customers, so no pressure. I promise you, open shipping internationally as soon as I am confident that the business will survive. This might be a week, it might be a few weeks, it might be a month, it might be a few months. I can't give you a definite time at the moment. So if you're not in the UK and you're watching this video thinking you would like to support me, hang tight because I will open up the shipping, hopefully sooner rather than later. I will announce on my social media and hopefully on my YouTube channel as well when I do open the shipping up to international customers. So please keep an eye out on my pages and on my YouTube channel. I absolutely want to make it my mission to ship internationally. It's just starting out, it might just be a little bit too expensive for me to manage. If you have any questions, if you have any queries, please email me at support@mrbobbysmodels.com or at amy@mrbobbysmodels.com, and I will answer any of your questions. Oh, I'm so excited. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. This is a really cool opportunity, and hopefully I will be able to help make model horses just that little bit more accessible in the UK. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you in advance for any support. Even if it's just sharing the word about my business, I really appreciate anything. Thank you. Bye bye, guys.